What according to you, or who according to you, is a great leader? What makes a good leader or a great leader a great leader?
Who can rectify the mistakes, and collectively find the solution to overcome that mistake.
Okay, someone who can correct mistakes of others and give solutions. Okay.
The one who doesn't follow only his dreams, and he is ready to follow all other dreams, those who are with him, and he makes that to be success with a group of people. He is thinking about others also, not only his dreams. If he is thinking about others' dream also, then it comes as a great leader.
So
or we can say it is a best leader.
Okay, so someone who would kind of engage with others, empower others, and then lead them to something meaningful.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Vamsi is saying someone who makes right decisions. Okay. So what do you mean by right, Vamsi?
Yes, I meant the same thing. There's no such right decision or wrong decision. We have to find the solution to a given problem. Effective solution, basically.
Okay, so what is an effective solution?
So need to see in all perspective of ways when it comes to the problem. Need to be discussed in all the ways.
So effective decision is something that includes various perspectives, takes care of all the different dimensions of a situation, and maintains a holistic, sustainable view. Am I right? Is that what you mean to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ganesh is putting in a very beautiful thought. He is saying that someone who makes sure that the team members are equally treated and works with them. So in a way, what we are also saying is that a great leader has this idea of fairness and equality amongst people. Can we say that, Ganesh?
Yes, sir. Like
So one who supports, contributes, motivates. So, in the second image that we saw in the previous slide, there was this leader carrying a red arrow. That arrow kind of represented a direction that, okay, let's go in that direction, motivating the team or the followers behind him to come along.
So one more important thing, a leader should have a courage to take the best decision. Whether it may go wrong, but he should have some courage to take over that.
Very beautiful, Kavya. So courage to take the right decision. And, there is one step before that, Kavya, which is how to identify the right decision. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
So, yes, once you've identified the right decision, have the courage to take it. Have the courage to live by it. That's indeed a very important quality of a great leader. And Harini is saying that even if the leader is not there, the team will still continue to work without any intervention. And that such a leadership is great leadership. Okay, very interesting thought. So in a way, the leader has empowered the entire team such that even if he or she is not there, the work would anyways move forward. Is it not?
A great leader should understand the perspective of his position, the people under his position, and he must think in all the other ways. He must be dynamic and should speak politely to everyone, and at the same time he must be leadership, and he need to lead his position and everything do in a right way. He must think of pros and cons, and also need to think a bit psychologically that how the person who is opposite to him will take.
That is a beautiful point, Harini. She brought in a point of being able to think. She used the word psychologically. I would rather use the term, listen empathically. That is, listen with a sense of empathy as to what is the other person going through and why is he or she bringing in that point on the table. What is the real concern of this other person because of which this person is not able to operate the way he or she should be operating. So empathy is indeed a very, very important quality of a great leader.
Sir, I have one more point.
Yes.
Sir, we all have some personal works to be done, even when we are a HR of a company or a CEO of a company. So that time we should not bring our personal works to be affected in a group of community. This happens many times in many people, even CEO or even a student president or many members are doing this. They should not affect the team because of their own personal works, unless they can give that to some other members to complete that particular work.
So, Kavya, just correct me if I understand, just confirm if I understood you correctly. You said that everyone has some, individual responsibility to take care of as a part of a team, and the leader also has something to take care of. And his or her activity should not impact other people's activity. Did I understand you correctly?
Yes, sir. And of course, he will have some person who is under him with that same position. So he can just forward it. Only he should not say that I only will do that particular work because he is having some personal important work. So he can give that to someone.
So
Those
that's very, very useful, Kavya, because being able to identify what work can be given to someone else and what work needs to be done by the leader himself is a very important capability. And this is what is known as a responsible delegation. And I've used the term empower to essentially mean something like that only. That when I empower someone, I trust this person. I have faith in him or her. And that faith does not just come out of, thin air. That faith comes out of, or that trust comes out of the past record that this person has shown. So empowering team members, empowering others to play the role of a leader comes from a very strong sense of security within. That when I will delegate my task to someone else, it doesn't, make me small in any way. I am what I am. This task, anyone can do. And whether I do this task or someone else does this task, it does not impact me. What we need to do is we need to take care of the entire project. So in a way, when someone is coming from that sense of, that quality of inner security, you also tend to feel secure with that person. Is it not? So when one is ready to delegate stuff, he or she brings on the table a sense of inner security. And with that, people who are around this person also feel more secure. A good leader definitely respects others. We already brought this point up. What does respect other mean? Very importantly, that means that I'm patient with others. I may have one level of efficiency. I may be able to do things with one level of, accuracy and precision, but not everyone would be able to do that. And I may be able to do it simply because of my experience. So being patient with others is a very, very important quality of a great leader. Surya Prakash said that a leader is calm. A leader is calm and does not get affected too much by what is happening around him or her. So that can only happen when there is a sense of inner security within. And we will come to another subject or another topic. We will talk about how to bring in that centeredness, that we are stable, come whatever may, whoever does whatever things, we are confident and we are stable in our leadership, in ourselves, within ourselves. So we'll just in a little while come to that concept also. Patience also means listening. And when can you listen to another person? You can listen to another person only when you respect the other person somewhere as an equal or someone from whom you can also learn. So both these 2 points are actually very closely related. It is only by listening to another person that you can learn something new. Over here, if all 30 of us start to speak simultaneously and not listen to one another, will any one of us learn from anyone else? No. But when all of us give each other space to speak and we are ready to listen to their ideas, even if those ideas are contrary to ours, we still respect their views simply because they are another human being. Not because they are elder to me, not because they are younger to me, or they have a position of authority. No, just because he's also another human being. Just like I have lived so many years and I have formed a mental view, a paradigm of things as they are, a view of world as it is. This other person has also formed a similar view. Now that view may be very different from my view, but he or she has also gone through a similar journey. And by listening to that other person, I can learn something more. So listening is a outcome of respect and patience. Another thing that is very important for a leader is to have a growth mindset. What do you understand by growth mindset?
Like, so he can learn and get improved in his aspects from the other participants also, like from the other members in the group.
Yes, something that we were just now discussing, that whatever be the situation, my intent is to learn from it. Even if it's a very tough situation, there is a deadline due just 2 days later, and I have to spend 2 night outs. I can still make the best of it. That kind of a mindset, a growth mindset, to be able to find opportunity even in the midst of crisis. Then a great leader, I think you would also agree, also has an abundance mentality. What do you mean by abundance mentality?
Having a wider vision.
Having a
As
wider.
I said, we need to think in many perspectives.
Being
We need to
level-headed.
include many perspectives in our thought process. Yes. And
Thinking in other point of view.
thinking from another person's point of view. Yes. And
Learning a lot from others.
learning from others. So all this is still about taking something, is it not? I am learning, I am thinking like others because I want to learn. Abundance mentality is about giving. A great leader willingly gives. What does he give? What he gives may not necessarily be money. That person may give his or her time. A great leader may give his or her ideas. That a great leader may give a sense of empowerment to another person. Just by believing in another person, that person may empower. A leader may empower another person to do great things which this person would not have done otherwise. A great leader comes from the paradigm that there is enough for everyone. And that when I learn or when I share what I have with you, what I have does not reduce, it only grows. So have you noticed great leaders like Azim Premji? Do you know he has one of the biggest philanthropic mission in the country, in the world, in fact, one of the biggest one in the world. Very recently, he gave 67% of his, so he holds about 74% of Wipro shares with him. And very recently, he said that 67% of, income from 67% of those shares will go to that foundation. He and his family will use only income from the remaining 7% of shares. And he believes that when I do this, I actually make everyone grow. I will enrich the ecosystem. I will help everyone grow, and therefore I will also grow. So you look at any of these stalwarts, we always see that they have some, something where they are giving. Someone who simply takes cannot be a great leader. Abundance mentality is intrinsic to being a great leader. In a sense, a great leader creates new opportunities, not just for himself, not just for herself, but for the entire community. I'm not sure if you noticed, on the first slide, the tagline of this workshop was from survival to significance. So by creating opportunities for one and all, this person lives a life of significance.